What are these papers?
These papers show where the governor of the so-called state of Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo, appointed two hawks.
What's his other name?
His commercially known name,
Yeah.
Raymond Watson.
What's the other name?
Nesu Wesiwanog.
Yeah.
Excuse me for butchering that if I did. But here's the paperwork.
So what's this document right here? What does that say? Can you read that, please? Let's put it over here.
Office of Governor Gina M. Raimondo.
Who's the governor of Rhode Island, right? Obviously.
Correct. State of Rhode Island and bonus plantations.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Raymond Watson, 199 Camp Street, Providence, Rhode Island, 02906. Dear Mr. Watson, which they're not recognizing him as
His indigenous, so-called
Nesu
indigenous name.
Wesiwanog. Exactly. They're recognizing him as his commercial name.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me great pleasure to appoint you to
So,
the...
so his so-called Indian tribe didn't elect him, right? He was appointed by this European, but he says this is his land. I'm confused. Continue.
It gives me the great pleasure to appoint you to the Outdoor Recreation Council pursuant to Executive Order 6.
Not only did his people not appoint him, he doesn't even serve his people. He serves the colonizer. That seems like don't say Jesus.
My office and all of the departments and divisions of the Rhode Island government stand ready and willing to assist you in the performance of this role.
Wow.
Please complete the enclosed certificate of engagement, sign it before a notary, and mail the notarized original to the office of the Secretary of State, Public Information Division, Room 38, the State House,
But
Providence, Rhode
wait,
Island, 02903.
he claims to have an indigenous Indian nation.
And
So
obviously, you
why
don't
is
have
she telling him to go to one of their notaries?
when they should have, the right
He
to
should-
self-determination.
Yeah, he should
and-
fill out his paperwork. Wait. Just in case you didn't see her signature. Right there. And hold on, here's his certificate of engagement. So let me read this one real fast. Because the European governor told him to fill this out, right? She ordered him to do it, right? Then, of course, his name, he was appointed by the governor. And when he was appointed, which is up to the governor, so not even up to him. And then what does he do? He mixes his free national, his alleged free national
'cause look
stuff.
They're appointing Raymond Watson, and he's signing as Nesu.
Yeah, because Nesu Wesiwanog, he
doesn't
obviously
know that he can't mix
listen,
public and private.
listen. He has multiple personality disorder because he thinks he's this and this. How do you think you're two people at the same time? It's either you have multiple personality disorder, which if you do, please seek help from any medical. What? I'm serious. I don't know if he really has a medical disorder, then he should seek help. But if not, then you're agreeing to be someone else's property. There's only those two, right? Then he admits that he's appointed by the governor. Then he signs it in red ink. And these are the same people that tell you, yeah, we got tribal sovereignty. How do you got tribal sovereignty if someone appointed you outside of your so-called tribe, outside of your so-called nation, to a position of power on land that you claim is yours? When have you ever seen someone in China being appointed by a European to a position of power in China? You won't see it. Any questions? And I don't know if they turn the comments off again because I can't see any comments.
Oh, they're probably messing with the live.
No comments. You doing that's not gonna help. There's no comments popping up.
Interesting.
This this right here is called the Joint Memorandum of Understanding. In this document, you'll see that the Indians sold out. You'll see that they agreed that Rhode Island laws applied to them on their own so-called land. And I'll just go over some of it. All right, this is in my second book. So you see the case, so you can look it up for yourself. You see it was signed by the Attorney General at the time. Right? The state chartered corporation, the state corporation will be irrevocable charter. You see that? The state corporation will be controlled by a board of directors the majority whose members will be chosen by a Rhode Island corporation known as the Narragansett Tribe of Indians, the Indian Corporation. So they're not even an Aboriginal tribe. They're a Rhode Island corporation, which Rhode Island is a European colony. If you Google it, you'll see that Rhode Island pops up as a European colony. Then you see they give up 900 acres of their own land, allegedly of their own land.
And I mean, if this is your land,
Then you see where the Indians waive any claim to their land whatsoever. So you'll see, Raymond Wessuwanog march up and down Brown University claiming that it's their land, knowing that they waived all claims to their land. Because as soon as you start claiming to be Indian, you start claiming to be a ward of the United States. And since you're a ward, you're mentally incompetent or a minor, you have no say in anything that deals with estates or law because you're incompetent. Then you can only be part of the tribe if you sell out and you are a descendant of one of their 1880 roll Indians, which is why you always hear Raymond Wessuwanog Watson, aka Two Hawks, claim to be a descendant of a chief, because in order to be part of this benefit, which you see right here, you have to be a relative of one of the sellouts. And the benefit is that they will not be subject to property tax. Right? And you'll see right here, all laws of the state of Rhode Island shall be in full force and effect on the settlement lands. So they're not a separate nation of people if another nation's laws apply to them, which is why you see Moors in court saying your laws don't apply to us because we are a separate nation of people. Indians don't do that. They say that European laws apply to them on their land. All right, and then you'll see right here is signed by their attorney, which this is from 1978. And you see how that 1880 roll, you can only be a beneficiary to this if you're a descendant of that 1880 roll. And you'll see this man constantly talking about who he's related to regarding that 1880 roll, which is why he was appointed to the position he was in by the Europeans. So again, more study. Don't let these so-called Indians sell you out. Because you'll also see him commenting on my Facebook admitting that he knows Indian is a misnomer. But he continues to claim to be Indian for so-called benefits like this. So European colonizers can appoint him to so-called positions of power on his own land. So always study anyone who's out there claiming to be an activist and your leader.
who is it?
Peace.